What is going on, everybody? Hope you're having a good night wherever you are. Good day. You're on the other side of the planet. Hopefully you can hear me okay. The mic's a little farther away from me than normal due to the digital drawing today. Gonna continue along with the Disney apocalypse idea. I have a piece of Hershey's chocolate that I'm couldn't resist. Walked by it in the kitchen. Here I am. So basically was working on the sky last time. So good. What's up, Steph? Good to see you here. How's the day in the life over out west? You still getting wrecked by monsoons? It's sort of like a crunch bar, but it's not called crunch. How's my voice coming through, by the way? Point the mic at me a little bit more there. Alright, well, here we are with the Disney apocalypse. I'll dive right in. Get back to my oil flat brush here. That's what I've been loving the most lately. And I paint a lot of paintings with traditional medium with my flat brushes. They're probably the most used brushes. You can do a lot with a flat brush. So I find that I like the same in a program. Maybe a little flat, or I mean thick. I wonder if I can change that quick. So y'all, when I pop up menus for the sake of the quality of the time lapse, normally the way I used to do it before, you should be able to see every menu that pops up in the program, but no, I just have the drawing screen and the cursor. I think it's more pleasurable to the eyes. Just adjusting the brush size really quick. Because I kind of want it to be that's interesting. Set the thickness of the brush tip so you can also link the thickness of the pen dynamics. Okay, there's so much to these programs. Brush tip, dual brush. Not even sure what that means. Adjust brush density. Okay, that's interesting because I see that the way that shaped is more of like how a flat brush would feel painting. Because you can turn it and get, you know, like a line like that. Maybe a little bit thinner. Maybe that's a bit drastic. Turn it up slightly from that. Do like a 25. Now what's the vertical one look like? Try a 35. Like that more. Vertical turns into like a sort of little square, huh? That's nice. Alright. Lock the brush settings. No rain today, huh? Did the plants start attacking you yet? Have they come to life? I thought I was able to pick that from the menu here. Oops. Interesting. Oh. I don't see that. Tool property, brush property. It's just so I have to go into that. Okay, I see why. I had it higher than that. Oh, now it's weird. I'm not sure what that means. Oh. I think I was just on the wrong. That's about where I had it before. And the vertical goes like that. Okay. Brush shape. Brush size. Okay. That's enough. Oh, it changed on me. Oh, I have to unlock it. It's easy to get rusty with these programs when you don't use them all the time. So many different buttons. Oh, I see. I can turn on putting it in the settings. I see. Alright. I swear I saw it there before. Kind of what I want to say. Like 70. Alright. Don't know where the day goes, let me tell you. Toss in some smoky dark colors here. feel like this digital drawing pen's slowly dying on me. It's just got a bit more finicky over the years. Kind of just learned to deal with it. What happens if I just go more white with it? What it is the string just has to come over a little more. If you're wondering why I just mirrored it, it's a great way to like try to keep your composition balanced. Turning up the paint helped. You can turn the slider up called the paint amount. Really make this nuke any color I want, so I'm just exploring it. Overall fiery, but trying to bring more intensity to the light coming from the explosion. Very exploratory painting for sure. Could be worth bringing a little bit of blue shadow into this at some point. Just a hint. I want to bring this light to the bottom of these puffs, or whatever you want to call them. Each name the painting the happiest place on earth. Is that their slogan? Isn't that, or was the Disney tagline? I don't know. I've never been like a big Disney fan in the sense of the amusement park. Like, I've been and had fun, but it was so long ago and I haven't really come back to explore it. It does sound like a Disney tagline though. But definitely something I get is these sort of energetic let's see what this looks like. Give it like a big old shockwave. Just want to see what it looks like quick. I think it wouldn't be that thick. Oh, my stabilization is sick. There's a sweet spot with the stabilization to where it's either helping you too much or the pen's too shaky. So I've tweaked the settings on this program for years, trying to get it to feel as natural as possible. Tag on them. Pressure waves from explosion videos that I've seen, they're usually pretty white. And obviously this, this has to be just before this shockwave hits, otherwise it'd be mayhem. I don't know if y'all have seen I don't know if I'm gonna pronounce this correctly. but like the Beirut explosion that happened. I always picture that explosion. It was the one where like a bunch of fertilizer went off in the center of the city, and because it was a city, there was literally like 100 different vantage points that people got from their cell phones, and it's absolutely insane. Like there's no other explosion caught on camera, I think, besides like the actual nukes tested by the military that's like as intense. And it's even more intense, I'd say, because like when you look up old footage of nukes that being tested, it's usually like on a really bad old 1960s camera or whatever the year was when they tested them from really far away, like 2 miles. But it's just like people right next to the explosion. It's crazy. It's pretty distressing content, but if you like crazy explosions, it's... Well, some of the clips are, but because a lot of it is like the people are like looking out their windows, and then it blows up, and they're like, "Whoa!" And then like a second later, a shockwave just comes in out of nowhere and like smashes the window in their face. I can only imagine the amount of people that got like glass in their face just from that alone. Intense, really, really intense. Like because this is such a powerful explosion, it would... The light is gonna reach much farther. I like that deep red a lot. There needs to be more in there. I don't know, after going through the watercolor phase, I don't know which direction I like the most anymore. As in like dark to light, light to dark. I almost like just doing both. By the way, the newest painting, Emma's Yard, is available on the website as the print and the original. Just figured I'd let you know it's up officially. I even threw in a little bit smaller, cheaper print size, so the entry price is not as high as the other ones. A little 5x7. All these prices have shipping and handling and taxes included and everything, so. Just looking up some nuclear bomb explosions here. Just want to see a couple different birds. They're usually all artistic representations. Dude, look at the shape of that thing. Look at like the downshoot. I don't even know if this is a... I don't even know if that's a real one. That's not a real image of it, but that's something that kind of happens. The weird, like... There's a name for that. I don't know what it's called. This is a real one. Because I've seen the video before. I think that's the Russian one. As you can see, you know, it's just... There's a lot more light up here in the top than I would have thought initially. Wonder why. They do look like mushrooms. Most of these are artistic. I feel like that's a drastically different version. I guess it depends on what's going on in the sky that day. But that's the fun of it, I guess, is like deciding how. So like that's such an artistic representation. Like the way they get so orange up there. I like that big fat ring. That's cool. That's the real. That's an actual real. That's the one they blew up underwater, which is pretty crazy to even think about doing. I can see why they've done. They did like 4 or 5 of them, and then they were just like, "All right, we shouldn't do this anymore." Look at all the ships they put next to it, so they can test out. I like the way that one looks. Cool. Just getting some. Inspiration. Okay. The underwater was insane. You think the picture's insane, you should go look up the actual video of it. Let me see if I can just find it quick. It's insane. Underwater. Because there's a there's a couple angles of it. Yeah, here's one. Check this out. I just want to make sure it doesn't show like an. I'm gonna skip to it quick. It doesn't even look real. It's like the craziest shit. Okay, ready? Like all right. Imagine sitting on the beach, and then you see this. Wait for it. Ready? Like literally the horizon just lifts. Look at that. The guy being next to that filming that must have crapped his pants a little bit. Like, I wonder how much water that is. And how much fish just instantly died. And I'm pretty sure it's like a ship. They put like a battleship near just to test what the damage would have been to a ship, but yeah. Crazy, right? I'll give it to you one more time. Ready? That's my favorite part. And that's so when that camera starts shaking, that's when the shockwave hit. So you think like, oh, you can see it move across the water. Look at that, really quick. Right after it goes up, look at the horizon and the little band that comes towards you. That's crazy. Anyway, powerful stuff. But I figured you deserve to see the real thing. Okay, so I like that the majority of upper cloud is smoky and gray. And that's where we can bring in our sky blues. And it will have to affect more of the other clouds around. I'll get to that. Don't you worry. I know you were so worried. just want some of that blue diffuse light being part of the shadows. And I guess, you know, like the shockwave is the part I can have fun with. Make it my own, you know? Right? Isn't that nuts? Oh, man. My drawing tablet just slid off the table and messed me right up. I'd say Jokum's Studio 2.0 has been more calibrated towards traditional art. I think it will benefit me at some point to do the work to put my drawing tablet on something a little bit better. Probably some way I could like mess with the software a little bit and have it so I could have like a separate capturing aspect to it that's like over what color I have picked. Not gonna worry about it right now. Guess what I want to do, I want to bring this down a little bit more. Make it a little wider. So basically what I'm going for now is the super crazy fiery light from the plume that like flies up into the mushroom cloud, sort of like lighting up the inside. I like that. It allows me to bring up more of this fiery yellow. Just gonna assume that this wasn't a air blast. Oops, changed my brush on accident. Okay, and then basically there has to be this sort of it's almost like after a wave crashes, you have that like foam wake that moves towards you. It's sort of the same thing here, but I like the way that looks. Sort of entrap some of that energy in there, but it's still like bursting through the little cracks. What I like about this oil brush in the program too is you sort of like when you put it on top of other colors, or like if you have paint down already and then you start putting paint on top of it, it takes a second before you get back to that pure color that you picked because it reacts with the paint, and I like that. Go to a pure white here. I think what happens with this pen is it like accidentally, there's a button on it that's the color picker, and it keeps accidentally pressing it in the middle of painting without me pressing it, which is leading to just like picking a random color that I'm over at the moment. just color jumping. All the other stuff with painting still applies. I think all I gotta do is just make this plume a little thicker. Sometimes when you're dealing with like an analogous mixing situation, it's easier to like just colors and use those to meet in the middle. So like rather than picking like yellow, orange, red, you can pick like yellow and a red, and then like when you put the red over the yellow, it turns into the orange you want. There's a lot of ways to mix. Not to jump ahead, but you said lava or fire is going to be the second epoxy issue. What is the source? Is that going to be horrible side effect, nuclear explosion, underground volcano, fire, meteor shower? I don't know. I think what I meant more was like the heat of the explosions, kind of like fire-wise, set the castle on fire. I think is what I was picturing. I don't know, I'm just kind of playing. Get a little more ashy with it over here. I've been liking messing with this cerulean blue. Someone could invent a brush where you press a button and the brush changes sizes. The brush changes sizes. That would be amazing. Like a real physical brush. Maybe it's like those old clicky pens with all the colors. But it's just like really fat and has like 4 different brush sizes. I don't know. The more hours I spend painting, the more like finding those little ways to save like a second here and there can go a long way. I think that's one of the enjoyable things about digital is you can just sort of go draw immediately. You don't need a bucket of water. I think I just keep rendering this explosion because I'm just having fun with the colors, basically, is all it is. And honestly, after taking a bit of a break from digital, well, I should say during my break from digital, not that I was doing it on purpose, but it just happens. It's not my like main media of choice, but I learned a lot more about color, and it's always fun to kind of come back and test what I've learned. I'm liking that. I want a little bit more of an orange transition gradient, so I'm gonna grab some what they would call probably cadmium yellow deep. I'm starting to memorize the actual color names from the store. Wow, this is good. Thank you so much. Welcome. Haven't seen you around in these parts before. Welcome to the stream. I'm sorry, I'm not sure how to say your name. It seems to be in a different language with like also numbers and symbols, so I apologize. But very welcome. Good to see you here. Thank you. If you're curious, the whole idea here is to take Disneyland or World and put it in a apocalypse situation. But that's what we do here at Planet Jokum. 1,000 motherships, right, Steph? Really gotta get more red over here. Really go for that. That cadence from the super white hot to the cooling red hot. Isn't it true that like blue fire is hotter than white fire? Like the colors of fire, there's like different temperatures attached to each one. I know I'm tired when I like mess up saying words that are easy. You can definitely feel that right now. There's a lot of these weird sort of if you're going for like the realistic lava fire stuff, the smoke, there's these subtle kind of I don't know what you call them, like light rose colors that happen. Pink rose colors. And it's I don't know, I guess what would we be mixing there? It's almost like the white of the clouds lightening it, causing that. Fix what's going on here. Just gonna draw right through. Sometimes it's better, get better results. Drawing right through. Get a little more bold with that yellow. Channel the inner Bob Ross, you know? Don't be afraid. Just toss it on there. Especially the vertical brush, see how that fares a minute. When I first started digital painting, I started messing around with it and just did all round brush. Literally just like the first brush that was selected. I just did like my first several paintings with that, but it was through, I think, traditional painting that I discovered the benefit of different brush tips. Or maybe like the better way to say it would be like became less lazy about just trying them out. It's very easy in skill-based work, especially like while you're on the quest of just improving and trying to be a better artist your whole life. It's easy to sort of like, you can picture like climbing a mountain, right? And the summit is like your max art level that you'll get while you're alive. And you can sort of get to these little points where you're climbing up the mountain and you get to like these comfortable points where you're like, oh man, I've done so much work, and so I get to this point and it's like, it's comfy here, but there's still so much farther to go before I've truly mastered all the things I want to. And it's easy to kind of like get comfy there like a little too long. So I can say that that was probably one of those chapters in my life. Where like I got really good with just using the round brush, and I would just find ways through different like just find different ways to make all the textures with that one brush. And I think like you can get all the textures in the world with one brush for the most part. I think just what happens is you end up spending a little bit too much time getting certain textures when the brush doesn't complement it, when you could just literally get it done in 2 seconds with another brush. And I think that's where I find myself switching often. Now let me try to throw in some of that pure whiteness. Was that Marcy? Are you scooping her? No? Oh. I was wondering what was happening. Torturing the kitty. So I don't know if y'all are like cat people or have cats, but they are dramatic little things.
You should see the face she's giving me now. Back away,
Yeah, no, they are tremendously dramatic. You ever see that SpongeBob episode, or like the depiction of, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Or just that joke when someone's like standing in a foot of water, but they're like, I'm drowning. Like that's cats. Like a cat is the type of animal to trip on accident on its own into a puddle of water and then turn around and blame you somehow just because you were standing there. Get some darks. I could probably get these ideas done a lot faster by painting on multiple layers and using effects to get moods right and stuff, but I still feel very much on the quest of, like, as an artist, to like still shove myself through exploring color a lot. So trying to shy away from, you know, selecting a whole area and then like using a color mask to like make that whole area in the proper mood. I'm not against it. in like a commercial workflow, but when it comes to like learning and exploring, I want to try to do it as much manually as possible. And it's not so much because I don't like those other methods, I guess. I don't want to miss out on any color learning opportunity. That's the better way to say it. I'm looking for. When I feel really thorough in something, it's like, okay, I don't need to like explore through that so much. Then I'll turn on the cheat codes, you know what I mean? It's kind of like turning on the cheat codes in a video game before you beat it normally, you know? I guess that's how I feel. The much more rendered nuke cloud there, huh? What we started. I am recording all my paintings, by the way, so you can watch the time lapses on my YouTube or my Facebook or my Instagram. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I've gotten really fed up with uploading my long form videos to TikTok, so my TikTok uploading has dwindled lately. Find the file here. I like to look at it myself. I don't know where would be the most impactful scroll here. Go to my other screen. My computer's probably gonna get mad at me. I'll just do like a we were there, and then I'll click to the end. Yeah, it's not that impactful. Probably gotta go from an earlier point. These are the raw files of the video. We're just gonna say 1,000 motherships. I'm meaning to read that. Of course you were gonna say that stuff. The idea of this painting scenario just cracks me up. I missed that comment, my bad. Yeah, it's been fun to explore. I never thought I'd be drawing the Disney castle, so that's cool. I feel like I say that often on this stream. Never thought I'd be drawing that. But look at me now. I think it'll be really fun to pull out the diffuse blue skylight that's gonna hit the top of this mushroom cloud. I think it's a good habit as an artist to try to find some contrast in all areas, whether it be your darks and lights or your colors, but one of them I like to really focus on is like warms and cools. And I think it'd be really nice to make sure that there's a warm and cool side to this explosion. I definitely want to try another horror painting too. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I'm a big fan of this horror artist. It's like all he does. He doesn't stray from it. Only horror. But just every time I see it, I'm like, that looks fun to paint. It's basically what happened with the City Wraiths. Oh man. My elbow is killing me. Like, every time I put it on the armrest, I'm just like, ah. The other day, a few days ago now, I think, I was delivering, and I delivered for Amazon, like, part/full-time on the side, and this one driveway I pulled up, it was like a really steep gravel driveway, and I got out of the car, Like just literally the second my foot touched the ground, it was like I just stepped on a bunch of marbles, and my leg slid right under the car, and I grabbed the steering wheel, and it almost made it worse because it like made it so like I had a pivot to like swing. So I just like flew right on the ground, like smashed my elbow. It was so out of the blue. But it was one of those things that like when it happened, it didn't hurt when it first happened, but I knew like, oh god, it's coming. It's turns out it's 2 days later. Like honestly, it didn't even hurt this bad yesterday, which was a day after it happened. So I'm day 2, and now it feels the most bruisey. You know what else does that? Ribs. If you ever had a rib injury, you know. It's like you smash them and then like the next day it's worse. You never know when the old Mr. Murphy's coming to trip you right out of your ass. This is making me realize I like painting like high energy situations. It's fun. I think like one of the other things I want to explore more too are natural disasters. Like I think I want to do another more up-to-date tornado painting, hurricane, blizzard. I've seen a few really awesome paintings of like blizzard scenes where you have like the car parked in like the snow, like stuck in the snow at the headlights, and just like those really thick snowflakes just beaming down sideways right in front of the headlights. Just like a really cool vibe to me. This smoke is so thick here, I'm not sure that it will... Sorry, like the explosion will come through. Add a little more definition here. It's getting to the point where it's pretty established. We have a really dark, super saturated red here. There it is. This is what I would call Perylene Maroon. I recently like went Super Saiyan 3 on my gouache collection and like got all the colors, and it's helped me out a lot about like what they call things. I think with digital drawing, it's the most friendly when it comes to color wiggling, which I always call it. Where color wiggling with traditional medium takes a bit more patience. Take my there's a brush called the thin gouache brush in this program, and that is not how I expected it to react at all. Oh no, I'm sorry, the dry gouache, not thin. That's fine. That's exactly why it should have reacted like that. But basically, what I love the dry gouache brush for is it's really good for texturing. What's cool about this program too is you can pick your texture. So like you won't be able to see it because I don't have it picking up the windows, but like you can open up this menu and it'll give you like a bunch of different 12 to 15 different textures that you can apply to this. So if you don't like what one is, you can change it. Like for example, the watercolor brush. When you go into the watercolor brush settings, has like one of the textures is literally called like watercolor paper, and it has that watercolor paper texture. which can really look convincing if it's done right. It's really good to learn your hotkeys in these programs. I'm at the point where I just hover my hand over a certain spot on the keyboard and I can just keep drawing because I have, like, you know, my middle finger's over my brush type, my pointer finger's over, or no, my pointer finger's over my brush type, my middle finger's over the layer menu, and my ring finger is on the tool properties menu, and then my pinky is on the color picker. And so they never leave those keys, and those are the things I switch between the most. So I can kind of just, right as my pencil's right above the canvas, press them, and it accumulative. If thinking about it, drawing over the course of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours, it'll definitely save you probably, I wouldn't doubt, it's around 15 minutes. Just like the amount of time it takes to reach over and click a tool manually rather than just have the hotkey right under your finger. Taking back the back side of this ring. The ellipse got a little wacky there. And this castle is... I'm gonna have to fill in some more of this stuff soon. Pretty happy with the where the mushroom cloud's at for now. In the sense that, like, come back and render it further in a while. Just want to get this down a little bit. It's bothering me. Gotta fix the ellipse of the bottom of the mushroom and just make sure it has kind of some clear cloud texture here. Atom bombs are so fascinating to me in the sense that the fact that something so small releases so much energy. That's insane to me. Kenny, what's up, brother? With the volcano, reminds me of Hyrule Castle. This actually is not a volcano, it is a nuclear explosion mushroom cloud. But totally. I actually drew Death Mountain. I was doing an animation fan art collab with a buddy of mine, Jacob. Really talented fellow with art and just visual stuff. But let me see if I can find it here. We did it. It was I was drawing the environment back panels for him, and he was animating the characters over them. And one of the things was Death Mountain. Let's see if I can find it. Should be around here somewhere. I have a feeling it's one of those drawings that found its way into a random folder and not the folder I normally put them in, because normally when I collab with someone I make a whole separate file directory. Damn, sometimes I have these moments where I'm like looking through my art for a certain piece and I'm like, man, I've done a lot now. Actually, quite the collection. Where would it be? I want to see it again now. Commissions? The file directory is getting out of hand now. There's concepts art, animations. Oh no. Maybe it's here. Animations. No. Where's that? Where's that? Yeah, just type it in. No, my computer didn't like that. Okay, let's see. Bothering me where it is now. Like, do I have that still? Planet Jogum. I mean, the file is amount. I'm like, Zelda project. Aha! I remember I had to animate the ring turning. Yeah, this is it. I found her. Hopefully you're still here, Kenny, after all that. This is my Death Mountain back panel. And basically, Link walked up like into the screen on this like foreground here, and then he like jumped down over the edge. And like the way we animated it was like, you know, we have a mask here on the bottom, and he gets masked, he peers up, and then mask here on the edge jumps down below it. But this is the still shot of it, but this ring here actually slowly rotating just like the game. So like when I animated it, I animated a loop that constantly went round and round. So I completely forgot I painted Death Mountain. Basically, the other thing I'll do is come back to this kind of surrounding sky. Like the clouds kind of here, right here, and the clouds right here, to be more affected by that air blast. Let's see. I think here's where I switched to the vertical type. Like this for trees. Starting with the shadow colors here. The trees, because honestly, I don't really have a reason. I kind of try both ways. I kind of roll the dice, and I'm like, okay, this time I want it to be, do it from dark to light. See if I learn something. I'm always micro adjusting my brush size. Also, another useful tool, you can't see it on the screen right now, but another useful tool is you can kind of have two colors going at once on the program. So I can like take that green I was just using and let me go a little brighter with it. Remember before I was saying how you can have like two main colors that are analogous, and when you mix them you get a lot in between. That's kind of what I'm going for here. So I want this green to be more sap green, olive green area, oxide of chromium, because we're at a red light coming from that explosion, and it's going to affect the green that way. I actually meant to. So like what I can do is I can come down to somewhere here, get like a darker saturated green, and sort of hop between these two with a hotkey really fast. It's X, that's the hotkey. Okay. So like I can like put this green down really quick, right, and then immediately switch to the other green like that. It's really nice for hopping around. Actually, I want it's kind of wasn't quite the green I wanted. Actually, I don't know if there's a way to do it, but it'd be awesome to have like 4 or 5 colors set to hotkeys. So like you can start with a really strong color palette. And you see like I take this really intense green, and as I mix this dark blue into it, see how it gave me that like really unique variation of green? But if I kept pressing, it'll go to that blue eventually. But that's what I mean, like you can save time with time and thought with color wiggling, and just sort of trust that like colors react in organic ways. You know, it's not a whole do the whole painting like that. It's sort of a block it out stage thing. I've become so much more aware of making sure I'm connecting shapes, and that's all I can think about really lately is like my chunky silhouettes, making sure that they're doing their job to your brain. You know, and it's not like I want every tree here to be this green, but in my opinion, the quicker you can lay out your value map, the stronger your like idea is gonna be. It doesn't matter as much if your values are really strong. So might even just lay out these trees. Something about the green. I'm gonna wiggle the lighter green over to a little bit more muted olivey color. Olive green doesn't brighten too nicely. Seems to really suddenly jump in desaturation. Forget how spoiled I am on digital. It'd be worth slowing down a little bit sometimes and maybe decorate one little spot with some detail. Go a little brighter here. Could be fun to get some of this fiery light on this tree here. Like just the straight up rim light. Because this would be so much more intense than a sun, I would say. Especially at this phase of the nuke. There we go. Just like indicate it a little more. It's useful for my eye to develop things to a certain point sometimes. We can just always bring it back. Every hue is very different. So, yeah, you can get the 2-color thing set up, but like if I really want a different green, it doesn't take like I can just literally take this color picker hue here, just move it a little to the left or the right. I know you can't see it, so that's why I'm voicing it out. It will react with that dark blue much differently. I can even take this dark blue and move it to. I'm gonna move it more towards ultramarine slightly. And I'm actually gonna make it very saturated and dark. Blues love staying saturated when you darken them. And because I'm realizing the desaturatedness of the green is also desaturating the blue in a way that makes me not care as much about it being so saturated. Now here's where I'm probably gonna come over, toss in a couple tree trunks. Vaguely. Just like hints at them. Yo, what's good, Oz? Good to see you, man. Replacer? What do you mean replacer? I hate how chat isn't showing me the emojis now. Or not all the time, at least. It shows it like broken. I'm streaming on Kick now, by the way, guys. I had an extra like channel slot on my software, and like Kick was the only other thing I know that's like new, and the art section of it's pretty like non-saturated, so I figured I'd just hop on it. So streaming to 5 different platforms at once. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. But I'm just showing you real quick. You look over here, like where the emoji's supposed to be, it's showing like the Windows like esque broken emoji thing. That emoji was our normal greeting, you know. Oh, so it was probably this then, right? I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess in chat. Was it that? That's what my mine goes to for the. I knew it. I knew it. Hope you have a good night, brother. We've been working on the nuke. I also have to remember that while I'm recording, I'm also recording like going to other screens. You gotta try to remember to stop it before I do that. I'm gonna cause myself a lot of editing work later on in Paint time lapse. But yeah, nuclear explosion. Start the recording. There's actually a built-in recording thing in the program, but I don't know where to find it. Oh, as I said it. Record time lapse. That's so funny. I was literally looking through the menus for like 10 minutes the other day and I just found it on accident. This will turn on canvas time lapse recording. The time lapse recording will be saved with the canvas, and the file will require more disk space than usual. Okay. So it's recording right now. I'm just gonna do a test. Say I was just like doing this. Did it record that? Is the question. Time lapse. Export time lapse. Ah. Oh my god, that's so much cleaner too. Here I am, like, doing all this gymnastics to record my screen properly. It only lets me export it. Wait. Original. Blank. All. I'm curious about the size. Hold on a second here. Painting time lapse. I'll just put it in the same folder. I'm just worried the resolution would be too low. MP4. See, that's even more useful already, because like when I record from my streaming software, it makes it this weird compressed file thing that I have to convert later on. And on top of that, it stresses out the GPU more and often makes my stream crash. I wonder if I use the recording software in the program, it'll be less workload for the computer. Clip Studio. I'll just do CS1. Oh, it's very fast. So I guess my question is, yeah, I guess I can't control like the frame rate it records. That's kind of bad. Because with the normal method, I can sort of choose, because basically I'm recording it in real time with the other method, which is probably why it's so much more GPU heavy. But with that, I can sort of like have the freedom to like have these moments in the video where it shows me painting in real time, which I find to be nice sometimes. But I don't like that. It only lets me export it as a smaller resolution. What's my canvas size? Okay, so it's nothing to do with the canvas size. This will turn off canvas timeless recording. Any time it's recorded for this canvas will be deleted. Interesting. Okay, then export time lapse. I wonder if it's only recording when I touch the canvas. I could totally see that. Yeah, it's just recording when I touch the canvas. Oh, cool. I can add a custom watermark. I like it, and I can choose the opacity. Fancy. Sorry guys, I gotta learn these programs as I go, because it's like, you just can't discover that shit just thinking about it. It's always a stumble in these programs. Well, that's cool in the sense that, like, if I'm, like, shooting the shit with you guys, and I forget that, like, I'm recording, because what often happens, I'll have these big gaps in my stream time lapses because I'm, like, talking, I have to, like, chop them out. They'll just be like, there'll be a bunch of drawing, and then suddenly nothing. Anyway. Okay, it is recording the time lapse. I wonder... I kind of like the idea of putting, like, the Planet Jokum logo head as a watermark. Oh, weird. The brand new version with, like, all these new features came out the other day. I picked it up. This is kind of dope. I don't know if this will show this on the other screen. It does, cool. That's the time-lapse test right there. But you can see... Maybe the screen a little smaller. I want to go play some games, dude. Good to see you. It looks good, by the way. Hell yeah, brother. Enjoy. You gonna go play Enshrouded? No, not Enshrouded. What's the new one? Epic? Oh no, you said you've been playing something else. You haven't pulled the trigger on Epic yet. Anyway, thanks for hopping in, brother. So I can put my little Planet Jokum watermark here, and then you can take the opacity and make it like that, so it's like not intrusive. I gotta make that like a transparent background though. The new AI, dude, in Photoshop is insane. That shit is... It's like... Stuff you'd have to spend 30 minutes to an hour on can be done instantly now. I'll show you what I mean. Trying to keep. Oops. What's happening? Okay, never mind. This is the one here. My computer's like, why? You're streaming, drawing on 2 Photoshops at once, and recording. So, I don't know if this will work, but... Nope, I just need to select the whole thing. Oops. And I think I can just say... Here are the buttons right here. Oh no. That's not what I wanted to do. Remove background. Just the button. It's probably not gonna do it. Good, but... that's not bad. Even though it's not ideal. Okay, that's something I'll do another time, but... I had to see for a second. I'm loving that nuke cloud. Feeling more and more excited about this painting as it goes on. I'm gonna delete the time-lapse test I did though. Delete, turn off. See, now my question is, do I have to start that every time I come into the program? Guys, I will be right back. I'm gonna throw up a nice little time-lapse for you to watch. I gotta go to the bathroom, refill my water. Thank you so much for hanging out so far. If I don't see you when I get back. And, yeah. See you in a minute. That music was pretty, timely there, wasn't it? Actually, you guys had this time-lapse, last time. I can pick a different one for you. Let's see. Let's give you, let's give you the one I uploaded today, in case you haven't seen it. It's the newest one of the skateboard ride. I'm just making sure it's not too small. Oh, there we go. I see what I did. There you go. Be right back. Hey! My mic was muted. Change this color back to my tree blue. I'm probably gonna etch in some of these trees, or the rest of the trees. Trying to stay streaming. I wonder how it detects that I'm turning the pen. That's always interesting to me with this program. There is a lawn here. Also, something that's happening too here. As you can see, I have a gray backdrop, and when I turn it off, it's you realize the gray back. So like whatever background you start over, the way to think of it, it's like your wash. It's like when you do traditional painting, a lot of times people will like wash the whole canvas with a certain tone, and that's what this is acting as. And interestingly enough, the oil brush tool is reacting with it. So like if I get like a really saturated green here, you see that? How it kind of picks up on the gray before it becomes its actual color. Which makes me curious quick. See if I just take this gray wash, we can call it here. I'm just gonna pretend I did a burnt sienna wash. See what it makes it look like. Probably be somewhere around there. Huh? So that's like what it would look like if like a burnt sienna wash was under the painting. As you can see, it adds a lot of cool, warm qualities to the clouds, mostly over here. Especially the parts of the painting that, you know, aren't done yet. Obviously, it made everywhere I didn't paint look crazy. Probably would be even a little less intense. I kind of like the way that felt. Yeah, you can do it. Like one of my paintings I did recently, I did a, I guess you could call it a cold wash. It was sort of like something like this. See how it just chills everything right out. I suggest that you try washes with your painting. Some people go a little bit more dry, go more like a umber sienna wash, kind of like that. Probably went a little dark with that. You like the cold wash? Let's see if I try a cerulean wash. I did more ultramarine that time. That's a bit saturated, maybe. Basically, I had like a neutral gray wash to start with. Yeah, there is something about the blue wash, huh? Can I duplicate my paper here? I can't, so they only let you do one paper layer. Interesting. I'm torn. Yeah, the blue wash kind of makes it feel. So you say, see, I go back and forth between them. It's subtle what happens to the clouds, right? I feel like the blue wash like complements the overall vibe, but the warm wash definitely complements like the heat of the explosion more in the background. I'll keep it here for a while, see where it takes me. And that's an example of like a digital move, like I was talking earlier, where it's like I want to explore color before I do a tool like that whole rant. And that's like one of the ways you can change the vibe of a whole painting after already painting it without messing too much up, if that makes sense. I'm actually gonna delete that recording file because I was just going back and forth between washes. That won't look pleasant when it's sped up. I have to keep track of deleting footage I'm not going to use while I'm on the go because it gets obnoxiously overcrowded. Go back to a little bit more of a sap green. Keep it somewhere around there. Let the blue take it over. That's my yawn noise for anyone who's wondering. I didn't realize till I hung out with people recently, because I like never hang out with people, that like that was a surprise. So. Yes, Kirsten just walked by. She says I honk, and when I first met Kirsten, she started making fun of me every time I yawned, and she started calling my yawns honks.
Pause.
So that's the origin of the honk. I do. Is the origin of the honk.
Just the way you start. So Kirsten, she started.
Pretty much.
And then you pop.
That's it. I met Kirsten, she just started making fun of me. And yeah, and then she moved in. Well, it's I guess the more realistic way to say it is that she started pointing out the things I wasn't aware of that I do and sound like. But that's part of being in a relationship. Another personal favorite of hers is how I say yes today. And also draw, you know, cabinets and draws. Hey, where's the AAA batteries guy? That's in the drawer. In the kitchen. Is someone snacky? Yeah, no, I feel that. And I plan to make these tree colors more diverse soon, or next session. But once upon a time, a wise, experienced artist told me that you should block out your main idea in there. 2 values, 3 values at the most. That's basically what I'm thinking here. I'm not thinking what color it is. I'm just like, I picked like a color placeholder to play around with my darks and light, my dark and light map or value map. I like how that green reacted with the sky color there. Need a hand, baby? That sounded like a sad no. And the thing is, I forgot to mention too, once you start getting a bunch of different colors on there, you can start color picking from right where you're painting without having to like pick brand new colors. And it can really, it can be a nice easy way to like exponentially multiply the variations, because you're picking variations from variations at that point. Oh, I realized I in like a dark purple gray for fun. Start causing some color communications. This castle was still very roughly still in the rough sketch phase, so like there's still some details I have to get up to par. We want to try what happens when purple mixes with green in a program. Because that's one thing you'll see between digital and traditional medium is that, ooh, wow, yeah, they really did fix it. So it actually is pretty realistic now. That was like the big update to version 2, is that they, hey, what's going on, Jay? Good to see you here. Just noticed you. That's the big update, was that they made the color mixing, like, that happens on canvas to be extremely realistic. And indeed it is. Because what I was getting at is that when you mix purple and green together, it just makes this immediately dead gray. And I remember it surprising me out when I was playing with my gouache. and which led me into a wormhole of researching color and realizing I still wasn't thinking of some things properly. I remember mixing a red and a what was I trying to do? I was trying to make a purple, and I mixed this red I had with basically purple hates yellow. So if you take a blue and a red that has too much yellow in it, it won't make a purple. You need a blue red. So basically every primary leans a certain direction. So you could have like red, right? And then a red can be like a bluish red, or it can be a yellow red, which makes it more orange, right? Same thing with blue, yellow. You can have a more red blue, or a more yellow blue, or a more red yellow, or a more blue yellow. Which yellow is the strange, it's the oddball out. Doesn't darken, just refuses. Just yellow, instead of darkening, it just goes meh and turns into a different color.
Is it here?
Meh. How's your night, Jay? Did you guys finish chopping up that big old tree that fell in your yard? By the way, we're apocalypting Disney right now. Wicked Earth Adventures. Welcome to the show. Can't say I've seen you here before. Thank you so much. The idea is Disney Castle apocalypse scene. The only apocalyptic thing I have in it so far is the nuke going off in the background, which needs more work. That was something I rendered up a bit more today, but I'm slowly working my way around. I think once I get some of the color laid out more up in the foreground here, then I'll start adding that flood. Maybe I'll do like the apparently when a nuke goes off, it causes this sort of radioactive snow, which is pretty icky, huh? I think there was a Mr. Ballin episode about that, where like there was people near one of them, and like they thought it was snowing, but then they like got the snow on themselves, and it caused horrible things to them. I've never before caught a stream live. Oh well, shit, dude! I'm so glad you caught this one. What's up? We're not too far from ending soon because I work very early now, so I have to wake up for that. But we are streaming every other day as long as life allows me to. I have some family visiting this week, so I might miss the Friday stream. Every other day stream is the goal, and in between is a video upload of the recent painting if it's done. Starting to sweat a little bit, catching up to myself again, but whatever. See, the challenge is when your art isn't paying the bills yet, it's finding the time for it. Because if it was paying the bills, you know, so I put like 70 hours a week into it and not care. Next painting, I'm going to be trying out a Victorian house. What do you guys think about that? It's partly a collab with another dude who runs a art page. And I hear that people like getting their houses painted, so I'm trying to appease the audiences. Looks really cool. I like the Disney castle with the nuke in the background. So glad. This is Seth from Foster Garage. Oh shit! No way, man. Sprague? I feel like there was two Seths. Is it Seth Sprague? It's getting fuzzy now. All your names are getting fuzzy the longer I'm out of the school. Yo, what's up, man? I appreciate you always. I see you liking my post. You're like the first one, and sometimes like the only one of 3. I really appreciate your support, man. You're one of the biggest low-key fans or lurkers, I would say, that I see in my engagements. It's cool to see you here, man. Is it a haunted Victorian house? It could be. Put some creepy figures in the middle. You know what? That's a good idea. Because I did say I want to do a horror painting next. Also, like, ideas are open here. I know we all had the comment session fest about, like, what the dangers are gonna be, but, you know, before this is, like, a fully developed thing, I'm open to it. Definitely the castle's gonna be on fire. Flooded. I don't know how flooded, though. Because, you know, I think it would be cool if it was flooded to the point to where maybe... See, these flower beds are like we're actually there. Like if you look at Disney pictures of like the Disney castle courtyard or whatever you want to call it. But I don't know if I even want them in the painting. They're kind of just like placeholders right now. And if this was flooded up, you know, like if the water was up to here, to where it kind of just Walt Disney and Mickey, where the statue of Walt Disney and Mickey here, were kind of like just this part of it was above the water. I think that'd be a good height for the water. But then, if the water's that high, there's not a lot of room for like zombies or other things to walk around, but who says there has to be zombies? Zombies would kind of be random anyway. You don't just like have a nuke go off and then suddenly there's zombies. It's not how zombies work. And yeah, I don't know. The thing is too, like, thankfully because we're exploring this in a digital oil painting fashion, like I could actually widen this canvas at any time or tighten it to fit more. I could even just I could just do this. I have to select everything. I could even do this, right? Like this. And then like paint out from here. And just continue. That's actually probably what I'd do rather than increase the canvas size, because then the time-lapse video will get weird. They're always awesome. I started watching the time lapses. They're so cool. Dude, I appreciate it, man. I'm glad you're enjoying them. Really do. How's life with you, man? What the hell are you doing these days? Like, I literally feel like I haven't talked to you for like 12 years. Like literally the last time I don't even remember. Like, it was probably in the high school. Like in high school in the hallway, like during passing time. That was the last time I saw you. And you're Megan's brother, right? Megan Sprague? It's so fuzzy. Ooh, haunted horror murder house. We get into that. Yeah, that sounds fun. I think I'd really want to go extra creepy with that one. Super muted, dark vibes. Gray. Like, you know those, like, you ever see those pictures of like hunting cameras that are in the woods that like the people strap them to trees, and then like the vibe of those, like that color palette is what I'm picturing, if that makes sense. Where it's almost black and white, but not quite. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, deer cams. I'm doing right. I'm just working a lot. I'm trying to make my own YouTube series, just videos of my going on camping and expeditions and load. Dude, that's a great idea. Those channels do so good. The camping channels, man, where they just like they'll just go out and camp and cook a meal and go home. I don't know if that's what you're doing, but those channels do so good. So good. Yes, my sister's Megan. All right, I can. It's all coming back to me now. But yeah, trail cameras. That sort of like almost colorless palette. I think that'd be perfect for like almost as if like the picture of the haunted Victorian house was taken with one of those cameras. You know, it almost has that vignette, whatever you call it, like that thing around the edge. Or Gaussian blur, I think it's what it's called. And just off to the side, it's like that really creepy, like the way I'd want to draw it is like, you know, those like paranormal ghost pictures, and it's like always like off to the side you see that like creepy figure thing, and it's like that's the ghost, but you're not really sure, but it kind of looks like a ghost, but it kind of doesn't, but it does, like that kind of vibe. Like an orb, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, that's basically what I do. I'm constantly watching other people do it so I can see what's annoying about their videos and what is good. Try to learn from it and apply it to mine. Hell yeah. I am going to follow your channel right now. Wicked Earth Adventures. Let's see here. Wicked Earth. 39 subscribers, that's gonna be you. Yep, I just saw the word. Yeah, that's you. That has to be, yeah, right? Oh, I'm gonna watch your videos, man. I love these kind of videos too. Like, I'm one of those people that consume camping videos. Like, I am a viewer of those types. I'm gonna even give you an all bell. Not just a personalized one. Hell yeah, man. Damn, you already done some work, bro. See, alright, there it is, the long hair. That's the Seth I remember in my brain. Like when I picture you with the long hair. Do you still have super long hair? Did you cut it? Oh yeah, okay, so 2 months ago, the Reese video. Nice. Thanks for showing me that, brother. But yeah, like an orb, like, let me see, like, yep, I literally found it instantly, the vibe I'm talking about. Like this. This kind of shit. That's perfect. These spooky trail cam photos will send shivers down your spine. That can't be real. I don't believe that one. That's definitely could be real. Just some like senile old woman wandering in. Oh look, his feet look like they're missing. That's creepy. But that's the vibe I'm going for. That it's almost like the color palette is like 3 colors. Pretty much black, white, and like this one's like black, white, and green. Oh, there's your Bigfoot, Steph. What the hell is that thing? Gross. Now I'm addicted to looking at it for a second. It's just a T-Rex, a raptor. That's funny. These are troll. Question mark? It just, like, there's just something about this vibe that's creepy to me. That's a good one. It almost like works out to draw and paint one of these impressionistically so that you can't see the details. Oh, that's just haunted house. Like people getting scared. I mean, if you saw a picture of your trail camera and you saw 2 deer and there's just a little girl in a dress, that would definitely be weird. Like if this is legit, if this is authentic, that's probably one of the creepier ones. But like ones like these, like they just seem clearly staged. Like that's clearly staged. But see, now that I see this, that looks like the little girl on the other one, and now I don't believe it anymore. Yeah, it's been 10 years since I cut it. Damn, that's commitment. Dude, you know Camping with Steve or whatever? Or something like that? I can't remember the name of the channel name. It's like Camping with... Okay, it used to be called Camping with Steve, but now it's Steve Wallace, this guy, right here. This guy kills it, dude, and it's so funny because his whole thing. Yeah, Stephen Wallace, you know, his whole thing is like camping in like weird spots. Like he'll like pull over on the side of the highway and like camp in the median in the trees, or like find like a bridge overpass. Yeah, he's stealth camping. That's the term. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah. I remember him being like one of the ones I enjoyed more, like with that genre of YouTube. That's dope though. I like that idea. I'm almost jealous. I wish that was my idea for YouTube content. You're gonna do better than me. Probably gonna scribble out these trees and call it a night, guys. I can sleep at night as long as I make a little bit of progress. Or I get haunted by the ghost of you didn't draw yesterday. It's like the ghost of Christmas past. He like takes me into like looks at my like future self, or the future ghost, the scary one. He like takes me to a future of myself where I didn't draw. And he's like, see? All the regret. All the paintings you could have had. And it just shows me like whimpering and like on the end of an exit with a cardboard sign. No, that's not bad. It doesn't happen. It's not that bad. I'm just kidding. Yeah, he's always stealth in a storm pipe. Yeah, exactly. You can always do it, even if it's one time. For sure. I'll try to catch more streams in the future. Hell yeah, man. I'm trying to do it every other day. And what's cool about that, 7 days in the week, so it ends up hitting every day, eventually, like every other week. So if one doesn't work out for you, probably catch another one, but I'm trying to do it every other day, video upload in between. If I have one to upload. I appreciate you hopping in, man. It's starting to come to life. Alright guys, that was fun. I'm gonna call it there. I'm feeling it. Stop my time lapse here. Oh, it's pretty cool. It's actually not as bad as the speed as I thought. Here, check this out. Bring you over to the other screen again. Here's the speed. Here's what it recorded from the you can see it was flashing from when we were trying the washes. It's not as fast as I thought it would be. I guess the only thing I don't like about it is it doesn't show. It also does that like flash thing. I don't know what that is. I don't know why it does that. Maybe that's just like telling me it's over. It's like a way it does it. But what I was trying to say is the only thing I don't like is it doesn't show the brush tip moving around. It just kind of makes the paint strokes appear Which I guess that's fine. I guess it kind of looks cool. I guess I don't need like the cursor flying around or anything. That's cool. I have some ideas. You're ever running out of some? Hell yeah, bro! Join the Discord, man. Here. If you haven't, if you don't have a Discord, it's fine. I understand. It should send the link in chat any second. With the command I did. I don't know if it's gonna work. Come on, work. I don't. For some reason, my. Oh, it did right there. So you join the Discord, and when you come to the Discord, you go to here. It's called Prompt List Ideas, and basically, this is the place for everyone in the Discord to give painting ideas. Like, you know, lightning hitting trees, an old Civil War cannon, releasing a stuck cannonball while a gargantuan tarantula covers an enormous tree wrapped with bodies of bipedal insect aliens. Approach. I haven't read this one. Approaching a small farm, take their cows in the fields. Damn, Kate, that one's intense. But and basically, there's a Google Doc pinned that we have a big list going of like all the ones. I've already done some of these already, like, or maybe I might have deleted them, but some of these I haven't gotten to, like a village built on the back of a colossal slumbering beast. I mean, I kind of did that with the snail. A world where clouds are solid walkable surfaces, a tundra with massive, perfectly spherical ice boulders. Like, they're just all random, you know, but it's something if you want to get involved and toss ideas, like, and then we do like votes on them sometimes if I can figure out a way to do it again, because before it was like a Twitch thing where you could do the poll command, but the poll command doesn't work on all the platforms, so I don't know how to make that universal. But anyway, that's cool. I'll check it out. Sweet. No pressure. Just letting you know it exists. But yeah, trying to gather up the friends in the Discord. And you know, it's like the place where you get all the first. It's where I announce first before anything. So if you're in the Discord, you'll be the first to know when shit's happening. So yeah. Anyway. I'm gonna call it there. You all have been a blast. Thank you so much for hopping in tonight. Steph, Oz, Seth, the guy's name I couldn't say earlier because it's like symbols. Kenny, good to see you, man. Yeah, I hope you all have a great night. And what's today? Tuesday? Today Monday? So I'll see you all Wednesday for the next stream. Unless I'm feeling ambitious, which could happen. But yeah, wow, what is this intense battle music, huh? Next time on Dragon Ball Z. Goku, will he release the spirit bomb? No one knows. Yeah, I was like, next time Dragon Ball Z, huh? I guess that works out. The song ended perfectly. Signing off. Planet Joke, I'm signing off. See you later.